checking in with you guys. You guys are doing well, doing terrific. In today's video, we are going to be covering the topic of core. You guys saw the title. So initially, about a month and a half ago, I posted something on Instagram saying I'm not a big fan of New Year resolutions. So if I think I need to make an adjustment to something, I'd rather do that and start that adjustment right now and not wait till a specific date to start that. So one of the things that I want to do for 2020, I want to make sure I'm consistently doing is working my core because I have a weak core. So I'll come back to that. So I posted something on Instagram called Core 365. The idea behind it is going to be I'm going to train core 365 days a year. I got a lot of questions from people asking, what do you mean? Aren't you worried about overtraining your abs? That line alone then led me to believe that a lot of people are confusing abs to core. Abs is just your abdominal muscle. Core, you talk about transverse abdominals, that inner layer, that spans for your body, that control your body. A lot of movements from picking up. Not so fun story. I was playing soccer last year and I strained my abs to the point. Well, I mean, I didn't stretch properly. I was a goalie and I was reaching. Something happened. I strained my core to the point where laughing was hard. Getting out of the car was hard for me. Picking something up was hard for me. It's one of those things like you never know what you got till it's gone. You never know how important your core muscles are until you strain it or whatnot. So to even date far back from that, I hurt my lower back, my QL, QL, look it up. Lumborium, that's the L. I forgot what the Q stands for. I can't think of that in my head right now. So I heard that a few years back, and I've just been it's been nagging all along. And a lot of times when people hurt the QL is usually from a weak core strength or stability, because those two are two different things. So a lot of people get confused on, but you have a six pack, you have this and that. So again, back to that point of a lot of people are confusing those two for each other. Yes, you can train on a progressive manner your core, your abs, and not be training your core. Cable crunches doesn't really affect the core as much, just to target the core muscle as much. My goal for 2020 is just to make sure I'm working on strengthening my core. And the reason why I'm doing a core movement a day is you guys have tried to incorporate something or trying to start some sort of endeavor, and you just, I'm going to do 5 things per day, and you end up not doing all those 5 things just because it gets overwhelming. So just to put myself in the best situation to execute properly, I am only focusing on one core movement a day. It could be different variations each day, but I'm going to pick one core movement that I'm going to do either before my training or after my training when I wake up in the morning. So the beauty of doing this kind of movement or incorporating this core movement is I don't need to be in the gym to do it. I can do it at home. I can do it wherever I am. So it's going to put me in a situation to actually work on that. And on the concept also is why so long? I've been training over 11 years or so over time with weak core, not prioritizing core training. And you shouldn't expect just a couple of movements here and there to just fix it. So I'm just going to give myself a lot of hours perfecting and strengthening my core to make sure it gets stronger, and over time I can go back to the movements that I truly love, that doesn't give me any sort of the issues. And if you ask, because you're curious what some of those movements are, movements like deadlift, for instance. Squats can be very uncomfortable sometimes just because you need to brace your core properly. So I think what's the best way to do it, to share one of the 3 core movements, very simple, that I'm going to be doing moving forward. Just in case if you are curious and you want to give it a shot, you have this to refer to. Without further ado, let's get started. Before we get to the movement, I feel like a lot of people don't understand how to engage their core. So I'm going to show you what I used to train, or I used to refer or prescribe to a lot of clients, or when I used to personal train in a commercial gym, that can allow them to engage their core better, or just have that mind and muscle connection. So the first thing I would do, if you don't have a kettlebell, just get your significant other to apply some sort of pressure on your stomach. So you're gonna grab the weight. This is a 20-pound kettlebell. You're gonna lay flat on the ground with your knees bended. And the reason why you're bending your knees is trying to get rid of any sort of curvature that you have in your lower back. So the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna grab the pressure, put it right on your stomach, relax, and just let that pressure sink in. You can grab your hand and feel right here on the lower back, just to make sure there's no sort of curvature. It's nice and flat and nice and flat. So what you want to do is you want to breathe through your mouth and push against that force that's pushing your core down. So watch. We hold it and relax. Hold it and relax. Hold it and relax. So that is how you learn how to engage your core. And other tools you can use, you can definitely grab some sort of like, weight belt and just, strap it on and just trying to push against that belt. It mimics the same movement. So hopefully that helps you to have that sort of connection to engaging your abs. Without further ado, let's get to the top 3 movements. Alright, so that is my top 3 movements I'm taking on into 2020. Of course, as you go further, those movements tend to get easier. And actually, homie Jeff Nibbert did an awesome video covering core training, and which I'll link in the description. So I'm going to, this is just going to be the part 1, so maybe in a later date, I'm going to follow back with this movement and show you how you can advance those movements. Again, just like any other training, when you start training with some sort of stimulus, your body just get accustomed to it. You get stronger as you go, which is my hope for me and you, that our core can get stronger and get to the point where we have to add a little bit more stability. So a lot of those movements that you just saw, those movements are going to strengthen our core. Of course, there are movements that you can incorporate that's going to help you stabilize your core. Movements like the pull-off press. Sorry for the tongue twister there. Pull-off press. That's going to help you work on stability, or something like a suitcase carry. So I'm going to be working on like a 2.0 core 365 at a later date. But for now, hopefully you can use some of this tool and help yourself build a solid foundation as we head into 2020. If you guys like this video, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.